In my research, I'm interested in how teachers and teaching are framed in newspapers. There are predominantly 5 frames. So the audited teacher is about the use of measurement data in newspaper articles. And this measurement data can take many forms. And ironically, it uses an awful lot of economic language. So things like value for money agendas or words like productivity, input and output equations. And so this sort of language permeates these articles, and it's used to gauge the quality, the competency, the productivity of the teaching profession. The accountable frame is related to the use of public money in schools and the need for transparency in relation to the use of that money. And often there is the suggestion that a lot of money has been put into education and there's very little to show for it. The antagonistic teacher frame relates to teachers and advocacy groups, groups such as teacher unions or professional associations, and often this relates to issues such as teachers' wages or conditions, and also policy changes and implications that these changes may have for teachers. The derelict teacher frame portrays teachers through behaviours that could be identified as misconduct. These behaviours are morally or ethically questionable in relation to teachers and young people. The dedicated teacher frame portrays teachers mainly through human interest stories and often singles out a number of teachers as heroes within the profession. Here are all the frames and a breakdown of how they are represented in the print media in this one study. There is, of course, overlap. Across all research projects, the audited and accountable teacher was the prevalent framing in newspaper texts. In one study, I found just over 90% of reporting framed teachers and teaching negatively through deficit discourses. By understanding the relationship between education and journalism, we're able to build relationships and collaborations, and breaking down these simplistic frames about teachers and teaching, moving beyond those frames and valuing teachers.